Happy Monday, students. Today we are going to be focusing our Grammar Mondays on email etiquette, a crash course. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started here. So why is email etiquette important? First and foremost, no one appreciates receiving a rude email. I really think that's enough said. 91% of people check their email daily. I personally check mine multiple times a day. And most of these individuals refresh their inboxes multiple times, so no doubt it's really a dominant way that people speak to one another. And I think really with remote learning this year, it's going to be even more prevalent and you're going to use it even more. So I want to make sure that you guys have the tools to properly communicate over email. Email etiquette is a crucial skill for communicating with educators and advocating for yourself as a learner, and this just helps increase your digital literary skills. Which is very important since we live in a digital age. What is etiquette? So in case you don't know what the word etiquette means, the dictionary definition is the customary code of polite behavior in society or among members of a particular profession or group. Okay, etiquette is the set of conventional rules of personal behavior in polite society. Usually you hear about people talking about like etiquette at the dinner table where you should eat with your mouth closed, stuff like that. But also, it's an ethical thing, okay? It's something you're going to use in emails. All right, an email is not a text message. This is really important to remember, okay? An email is formal, okay? It's in letter format. A text message is informal. There's really no format. The similarity between the two is that they are written communications. Subject line. Up here we can see an example email. Subject line matters, okay? Always write a subject line. An email with a blank subject line will likely get deleted, lost, or immediately irritate the recipient. I personally don't like when people don't put a subject line. Okay, write the subject line first. That's the first thing you should do when you open up a new email. Write the subject line first so that it sets a tone and you don't forget to write it. And then keep it short, surely about 6 to 8 words. Keep it concise. Email greetings, okay? Always begin with a cordial greeting or salutation that suits your recipient. Up here at the top, you can see the greeting up here. This is a really great example of an email, but right here is the greeting. If you're emailing a friend or classmate about homework, a casual greeting is totally fine, but if you're emailing a teacher or principal, you should consider a more formal greeting. If you're emailing me, you should say Miss Jones. If you're emailing your principal, you should say Mr. Field, okay, stuff like that. Jumping straight into an email or request without a standard greeting creates a demanding or somewhat rude tone, whether intentional or not. So keep that in mind. Cut to the chase, okay? Get to the most interesting part. After your greeting, explain why you are emailing, what's the intention or purpose of this email, and what informational response are you seeking. Keep it direct and concise, and don't make it super long-winded. Don't make it too wordy. Ownership. Take ownership of the question you're adding. For instance, if you're emailing about the homework assignment because you forgot to write it down, you should make mention of that error. Just take ownership, be accountable, okay? This helps to show the teacher that while you may have neglected to write the assignment down, you're taking ownership of that mistake and you're ready to remedy the situation. Specificity. Be specific about the class that you're referring to in your email, okay? I have a lot of students. It might help me personally if you say whether you're in section A or section B. I know who you are, but that just helps me better help you, especially if it's like a grade on Teacheries or something. Just clarify which class period you're in to make it easier on all your teachers. Cordial closing. Be sure to finish with a cordial closing to thank your recipient. Sign your email with your full name. This really is crucial, okay? Students oftentimes neglect to include their email, to include their name at the end of the email, so just make sure you're doing this. And here are some examples of some awesome cordial closures that you could use. This is a really good example of an email. I'm not going to read it to you. It's kind of like a generic one, but the subject line, you can't obviously see it, but it would probably be something like student name question. It's got a sufficient email greeting. Up here, this is your greeting. The student is specific about what class they're in. First sentence right here. It cuts to the chase, quickly gets to the point about how they have a question about a grade, and then it's got a good cordial closing. Thank you for your time. This is a really, really bad example. Please don't do this, okay? The subject line is right here. It's too long. You shouldn't put the body of the email in the subject line. Okay, it's got improper grammar. You don't need to have perfect grammar when emailing, but it shouldn't be text message language. Okay, you should at least attempt to use capitalization and proper grammar. Okay, you don't need to put emojis in your email. It's just unnecessary. Student also did not mention what class they're in, and just please don't do this. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our assignment. All right, directions. Using 2 of the 4 options below, the options are right here, and the template at the bottom of the page, compose 2 emails. You will type these emails on a Google Doc. Please don't email them to me, okay? Put them on a Google Doc, turn them into Google Classroom. They'll be due by 3 p.m. today. Each email is worth 5 points for a total of 10 points, and the body of each email should be roughly 3 to 5 sentences long. Right here, you've got the 4 options. Make sure you choose 2 of them. You can include both of them in one Google Doc. Just make sure you say what option you're choosing. Don't forget to do a proper subject line, a greeting, appropriate body, which includes proper grammar, cut to the chase, and take ownership, and a cordial closing. And then right down here is the template that you should use for both of your emails. That is all I have. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions, and have a good day.